Hello everyone and welcome back to Pal World. This time I'll be taking down Hartalis with my ever-growing in strength squad of friendly goobers. Um, although this party was more designed for Blazma Ryu and Xenolord, it worked pretty well for at least base Hartalis. And honestly, this fight is in contention for one of my favorites of the game. I know it's an incredibly late game fight, being a raid boss at the current level cap of the Home Sweet Home patch. Um, if I know that there's a lot of effects, and I had the music turned down a little bit, but the track for this one is really good, and I believe it's entirely unique to this fight. Could be wrong on it. But also Hartalis is a grass water type combination, which is it's not unique, but this is the first major boss with that type combination, and especially at this particular power level, a lot of the late game bosses are like dragon, and dark. And I know for Fabric Fast Evor was ice, but it certainly looks and feels like a dragon. So this is really, I'd say, like an entirely uniquely feeling boss compared to the previous ones, and it's really fun. I think for the squad details, most of them have vampiric, and are up to, so they're able to heal themselves over doing damage. And I just tried to have a widely varied type squad that are just giant balls of stats. That way, they don't. That way they can survive for as long as possible, while cycling through my what I would say like my top three riding pals of Frost Stallion, Jet Dragon, and Shadowbeak. Um, and then just rotating through as powerful attacks as I can off on cooldown while shooting guided missiles. But I really like the design of this boss, because sometimes the later game flying enemies, um, like a lot of the attacks have pretty good tracking, but feels really good for a raid, because it's like it doesn't have like like it has decent movement speed, but it makes it a lot easier to track and hit. And I also really liked this phase transition, because in previous raids, um, the pals would regain part of their health on when you get it to phase 2, where this was just entirely it felt really good, because although it has less health on paper than the 1.3 million of base Xenolord, um, and you're like, oh, it has less than 1 million, that's interesting. Just the full heal and into phase 2, just it felt really good. And again, also just having a ground-based fight where it's not like warping around very much, so you can actually land. It feels like you can land attacks and dodge much more reasonably, and it is. And don't get me wrong, Hartalis hits like a truck, but it is incredibly nice to just have a mechanically feel good fight. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to like do Hollow Knight levels of timing, instead of in like the Hell World's really smooth, but it doesn't feel like it has that particular level of precision. So it could very much be a me issue there. And as you can see, my squad is getting worn out, and is starting to get really torn up. And I think because of that, we aren't able to take down this barrier, and it just explodes everybody. But thankfully, as you like after you beat a raid, you get a significant amount of like stat boosters and other good items. So being able to like loop the lower raids is a really effective kind of like a really effective way to grind up the stat boosters to get you like to get the rest of the squad going. It's kind of like Monster Hunter a little bit, I feel like, in terms of the late game grind, except there's a lot more automation to it, and you can still be like doing things and have like a lot of different variability. So it is a grind, but I definitely don't mind and enjoy, and it's nice to see like the full squad and like be able to get a more variety of pals up to like raid levels of power with less and less effort as you go along, and also being able to get the boss pals as rewards. Like Hartalis just, it looks really nice, and it's a really powerful pal to use, so it'll be nice to have on the squad for later later iterations of fights. And another really cool thing, like I had been spoiled on it like a little bit for that. I know that it also has like a very huge AoE attack, but I'm just like, was that the barrier? Because it wiped out my entire squad. No, it pulls a giant end of the fight blast of take your pick boss of choice. I think the old Demon King of Dark Souls 3 is the one that I was thinking of at the moment. Of you get him down to 1 HP and then boom. But yeah, I love these fights. I'm looking forward to whenever 1.0 comes out. So hopefully you're enjoying them too. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.